Trying to find a found him. We found him. Anyway, let's talk about the Nasdaq. As you can see, I am in a modern library today. The other thing, we have manipulation on the Nasdaq right now. We use that word too loosely, manipulation, right? We talked about what that means on like a basic level. Your 1 minute chart has 100 plus tick retracements. Candles are going full 81 dealing ranges and shit. Today, I wanted to talk about the difference between what we're doing now with your ranges versus what we were doing in Q1 or back in Q4. Um, a big thing though is, whoa, that's some new runs and like what the fuck? Did you see my face? Oh, you know what's wrong when like you literally just look at it like what? Anyway, so we're going to talk about the Nasdaq. Okay, don't let me distract you all in the corner and shit. Now, the biggest thing that we have to talk about is this bullshit. Like, it's uncomfortable until we talk about it. All right. What did we talk about with dealing ranges before? Okay. And how you're supposed to come in and plan your range. We talked a lot about the 2187, 65, 61 being smaller. No, no, I'm lying. Being way bigger ranges. Okay. The reason why I almost fucked some shit up just now is I want you to catch my vibe here. All right. Now, this was pretty much like a gem for us coming from Q1 being accumulation. Okay. For 3 months. You're not going to feel like you need to stay on these big of PO3s. But as we're coming into a Q2, you realize that the 2187, 65, 61 help you out so much more now. This thing has been flying, and I know you know what I mean. I know you know what I mean. This thing has been flying. Look at this. You all right? We talked mainly before about the 2187 taking quite a while to actually complete. Okay. So what I'm looking for, there we go, week Saturday, Sunday. This is my vibe. All right. Notice how this one up here, and I'm giving you this example again. I don't care if you've seen it already, but this is my point, right? Look how long it takes to normally complete a 2187. We talked about this being one, two, three, literally a month, dog. Okay. This is my point. When you're starting to see what real manipulation is, and that's why I use this term. It's Fast and the Furious. Literally. This is a long fucking time. But what is not a long time, this Q2 move, and we don't need the sessions on, just the weekend. There we go. Bro, we're driving through 2187s in a week. You might not feel me on how crazy that is right now until we measure it. First of all, we talked about this being almost 10,000. Bro, we might have, hold on. We literally went 10,000 ticks that week. Bro, do you realize how fucking insane that is? Hold on. Do you realize how insane that really is? It's too fucking far and it's too fucking fast. This is my whole point. This is why we care. You need to be able to open up the range in the same way that you felt like your 243 and your 81 was helpful for day trading. That 243 and that 81 is literally a 1 minute candle for you at this point. You can't stay down there. You got to bring it up. Mess around with the 2187 if you still need that for your wireframe, because that's what we're doing, right? This has been the best wireframe. But I also want you to get to a point where you're also not just glazing one of these. I know you don't. I'm not saying that you do, but you're not going to get to a point where you're fixated on just that. You need to be understanding of where to find shit. But this is my problem. We talked again about how long it really takes to complete one of these ranges normally. A 729, brother. How the hell are we filling this thing in 6 hours? In listen, this is 6 o'clock in the morning. This is 12 o'clock. Let's measure it again. You're going 4,000 ticks, bro. Manipulation by default, too far, too fast. Okay. Now, I understand where a lot of people are going to focus on, well, I get comfortable on my 243 and I like to run it to an EQ. I feel like I can't get my trades to run that far. But the problem is, it's not about you. It's about you understanding the expected range and what we're working with. So even like right now, obviously we're coming up here to take quit, and we have a few of these areas here. Okay. Talk about this mainly on the first season where they drive it, right? Easily to a high or a low. And then you get really confused about what? Because there's PO3 liquidity underneath you here. You have PO3 above you here. Now, I want you to start focusing on more than just your dealing range high low as well. But what I'm saying is, when you're playing in some of these ranges and you keep coming to me saying, Jay, man, listen, this is getting ridiculous. Like, this is untradeable. No, it's fucking not. You just keep thinking that the 243 is still going to uphold you. It's almost like, it feels like, and I've been kind of working on this a little bit. It's not like a big thing, but it feels like how you used to perceive your 243 and like the range it took to do that. It's almost like 729 is the new 243. And like vice versa. It feels like it went up one. Like your 2187 is the new 729. You're like, whoa. But it's like, or no, my bad. Your is 729 is like the new 2187. You're like, damn. I feel like if you're stuck on some of these ranges, right? You might be into just scalping. But if you're stuck on like I said, just a 243 and this thing is fucking trending far as fuck, you're gonna constantly feel like, damn, I should have held it, damn, I should have held it, damn, I should have held it. And I understand a lot of people get uncomfortable when we actually shift our dealing range. And yeah, a lot of people will look at that and say, well, okay, I took sales. You might have stayed too long. Then you're in buys, and I'm seeing people close here after this up run. You feel what I'm saying? But this is what my point is. We can measure the price swing. Bro, this is fine. I'm not saying that's a bad range at all. I'm not. But what I also want you to understand is Q2 is a lot like Texas. Everything is bigger in Texas. So I use function. Stop getting out of your trade so early. I totally understand that you got used to only running a 81 or a 243 and thinking the range is capped. And, it literally takes weeks to go through some of these bigger ranges. Typically, I understand. I want you to get to a point where, and also, what are we looking at anyway? So you have an understanding. Judas swing. Yeah. Judge Judy. Perfect Judge Judy, too. They're perfect. But the thing is, right? Even the fake move, we call the first one fake. This is literally to fuck up retail traders, bro. The first fake move, still far. But this is my problem. You got to understand, it's not when we just talk cliche words like time and price. No, you have to literally understand function. So if Judas swing is Asia's function, are you surprised that there's a huge ass run down? Till what time do I always fucking say? And yo, shout out my students, yo, because they snapped last night. Judas swing real move. You feel me? Bro, this weed is so heavy. Oh my God. It's so heavy, I forgot it was in my hand. I do it all the time when I'm talking. But like fake down run, literally it's still 2000 ticks. I literally told them, no, Asia's never interested in a major. So don't even look for it. And we don't really tap here until 2 o'clock in the morning to be able to take this high here. Quick gem for you because I feel like saying it. Asia is barely interested in major liquidities. And regardless of if Asia is X or A, regardless of X or A, it's not going to give a fuck about core majors. Low of day. The only one it might attach itself to very not even gonna say really often either, but the PM session high is the only one, or PM session low is the only one that you're really going to keep wind of for Asia. They link these, but a lot of times when you're looking at, oh, yo, we're going up, oh shit. Yes, you're probably going to get to a point where what? You realize your Judas wing stops at 2, how we expected between that time window. Yeah. And what are you met with? With the other function I keep bitching about all the time. Okay. It'll be a cold day in hell before you find me trying to buy Now, we talked about this being high of the session or high of the day. But the problem is you want to go and verify shit. So the more you break your chart down, you might have taken your Judas swing, you're taking partials, you're taking profits inside of this time window. Time is playing the more important role. Stop looking at every damn retracement and thinking that it's literally fucking you over. And I understand where you're like, yo, well, you talking about the Judas swing, bro, and I mean, it really is perfect. Like, I never really have an issue with it, but I get it. But people get worried of, oh, well, what if it's the one time it just doesn't do the fake move and it just keeps going? Bro, you're worried about an algorithm not doing what it's supposed to do. Does that make any sense? And let's put you back on with the dealing range. What are we talking about? How big the ranges are before we get to support and resistance channels. Watch this. So when we talk about like what range can we fuck with, or like how, like what the fuck are we doing here? So this is my point, right? Look at this. You're trying to use the 243. Yes, you can get this, no problem. Good job. That's cool. But you also understand what I mean. You also have what? You got to be smart about it. The next bulletin point that I have here is a lot of people have this little thing here, right? You guys understand liquidity. You understand it. And I still type, right, when I say BSL, buy side liquidity, right? But just to remind you, you guys know what the real shit is. We talk about north side, south side. So obviously we go back and forth, right? Because this shit sounds so much cooler, dog. I swear to God, I say it every time now. But this is my thing, right? When you're in this up move, you got to realize a body in motion stays in motion. So even if we have for your point of view, oh, I'm upset. It broke the dealing range. I wasn't sure of what this was doing, or I was in sales and I had no idea this was coming. Whatever the case is, people get uncomfortable about this stop run here. They get uncomfortable with it because they're not sure if this is going to keep continuing. And like I said, if you're not understanding of certain information, you're really going to start thinking, what? Oh shit, well maybe it's this one. No, tell you that right now, bro. I don't want that. You're going to get upset because it broke the dealing range. It wasn't perfect, air quotes. Same thing it does here. It breaks the dealing range, but does it go any higher? Slightly and back down. But the thing is, you need to be understanding of function, time, liquidity. You don't need all 10 things in a row to give you the same confluence, but you do need to pick what's logically available. So what that means in fucking human words, right? Break this shit down. Are you going to get out of your trade here? Why or why not? Just because it's a dealing range high with a little consolidation? The marketplace likes liquidity. This is an Asia high, not a high of the day. Sorry. And even if you wanted this one, you're getting kind of close to London now. So you can see how we spike it right at that too. Yes, you're going to get that. Not during this core Asia. Fuck no. That's my point. This first one is still open. You're going to at least leave a runner. But the stop run down here, don't let this fake you out of your position. I'm talking about Judas swing. This is a fake run down, real move up. I can see it with the kill zone being at 9 o'clock. If you can't see it by itself and you're using the dealing range, that's not bad. But what I'm saying is you can't finesse yourself out of this entire nice up move because of this right here. Watch. What are you doing? You're going to watch the stop run. You're going to feel like, oh, maybe I should sell this. And you're going to try. And again, that's why we switch the perspective on the dealing range. You get worried because it's breaking the dealing range. Come up to a 729 and you see why this is right now the best wireframe for us. Stay on the 729, 2187 to make sure you know where you're going. The 81, watch, bro. You stay on the 81 if you want to. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing, bro? Stay on the 81 if you want to. This is the 81, bro. This is slightly beyond 81. It's about 300 and so ticks. Right there. See that? That's an 81. That's an 81, bro. A blip time spec is like I can't even like bro, bro. Are you sure you want to stay on the 81 right now? You might use it to dial something in for your entry. So, for example, if you're looking to get into a certain move and you said, hey, wow, I actually think that we're, you know, bullish from the Judas swing, right? Now, watch this. It's all about using the shit correctly. So, if you're using this as that word we call wireframe, and again, stop bitching because we have PO3 here and stop bitching because we have PO3 here. You're on a EQ, which is a natural place for consolidation. That's why when you see some of the stuff look like this, bro, stop rushing your trading. Trade in slow motion. If you feel like you don't like the narrative at the moment, wait. You don't always have to be engaging this thing for an entry. Become a reliable narrator. Separate that from you trying to enter the fucking chart every 5 seconds. All right. Now we talk about the word wireframe. 729, 2187. Give me an idea where the fuck we going. So if I have, and on top of that, this even looks better for you. The fact that this is an EQ high up here, again, we only cared about the buy side liquidity, not the fact that it's an EQ. But it's on a major level. And we know that this is definitely power three liquidity, so we're not ignorant of this being hit, obviously. See what I mean? It fails to get to the breaker level here. What do? Split and fill that breaker level. No, we don't get the top of the dealing range yet, and we come back down. The problem is, if you're just glazing the fucking 81, you're not going to have a chance to even like get yourself fully in. But when I talk about like, oh shit, how annoying. Okay. Bro, if you guys like let me know in the comments or whatever the case is. I don't know if I've ever said that before. Have I even said that before? Whatever. But you guys can let me know in the comments, like, is TradingView like still laggy as fuck for you? Cause it's laggy as fuck for me. And we got ridiculous internet over here. Like, if my PlayStation Portal can play games streamed from fucking Sony, and my router is light years away in a different room, and I'm still not getting a frame skip, and TradingView is lagging, oh, you're tripping. You're tripping. This is a way less data that you're streaming to me. This is not a full pixelated universe that you have to let me walk around in. So I don't know what they did to the code this year. They've had some whatever you call it. Um, I guess updates to the trading view. But I guess you can call it a downgrade because what did they really improve for us to even need you to do that, to be honest? We didn't need them to adjust nothing, bro. Like what? Anyway, my bad. Little rant. I always get pissed off about them. Anyway, I'm looking for two things. So we're going to annotate. So we need 729 low. All right. And I was looking for this little button the whole time. That's what made that little rant. Look for my rewind button. I want to come in this area and I want to see what the 2187 looked like. I want to see what we on. You feel me? So we talk about this being our wireframe. We have the and look at the point, okay? Yes, we've been here before, but we understand this is Judas swing. Fake run down, getting ready for a real run up. Okay. You start seeing some volatility. Yo, this is good. Just be low and slow as you're trying your first couple entries. If you need more than one or two entries, you're not so over leveraged that it's going to fuck you up before you even get started. All right. Now, another thing, like I said, let's pop it down. Now, this is a gem because we talk a lot about shared prices on this channel. Shared low. You want to go and glaze the 81. If you're on some of these bigger ranges, right? And you're trying to, I mean, dial in the entry, okay? We already know that the low here, we're going to pop it in like this, 18,225, right? Yeah. So change the coordinates, okay? Now, since this is our 81 low to 729 low, you're going to be really interested in that. It's basically like saying it's a stronger uh GB low, I'll say. Especially coming from, I wouldn't really say it's sell side because it's a Judas swing. This bitch is fake. So if you don't understand Judas swing, I have other videos on it. Go learn it. But what I'm saying is, fake down move, yes, it's fucking far. You might get worried because it feels like you're still in like a sell side order flow, but you got to understand why we expect a reversal in the first place. So when you see this 81 729 low, yes, you can use the 81 to use whatever gold back levels you would like to use. So you want to use that LV to get in, go for it, no problem. And what do you get? LV. But see, look, right? You see how you're playing around in the 81, yeah? But the thing is, you're not going to get so worried every single time you see what? This type of shit. You're not tripping because you understand functionality and you understand if you glaze that 81, go to your 243 now. They all have the same low. You see what I mean about that trading view, dog? Get ready. Literally getting ready to blow my head off with this shit. Okay. This is my thing, right? Yes, your 81 completed. Yes, yes, it did. Are you going to freak out, close your trade? Oh shit, it's not working. I'm scared. All this bullshit. What's the point to knowing shared low? That means one of your bigger ranges is looking to complete, whether it be the 729 or 243, and you don't know which one. You have three shared prices. The 81 can help you get in to nail it, but you're knowing it's not going to be done at this 18,306. You're capped at 954 or 468. So what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Now, this is the problem though. What's happening here? You're getting out of the trade too early because you don't trust it. You're feeling like, oh shit, it's just going to consolidate. Fuck Asia anyway. The moment you come back to your computer, what just happened? Liquidity void, fair value gap, order blocks on you. Also goes right up, takes PO3 liquidity here, right to EQ of your 243. And so what are you left with? 81's new low is what? 18,306? Let's mark that out. 18,306. All right. So there you go, right? Look at that. Look at that. Do you see how it blasts up right here? Now, for 243's perspective, it's a breaker level. And what do you get? Liquidity void. Bro, you go right to the LV store, brother. Look at that. What are you already expecting, man? You can't tell me anything different. At least run something 2 to 2 4 3 and leave a runner. And look at you, bitching again. What's the problem? You're not sell side. Stop bitching. What do you do? What do they leave open? What do we talk about all the time? Stop bitching every single time. And there you go. Are you going to sit there and be worried about every single time it runs down? This is not threatening you. You can hear it in my voice how annoyed I get about that. You have to understand the plan, man, and run it with a some conviction. Do not be sit there. And I understand you're learning. I'm not coming at you for learning. But what I'm saying is you need to not get fixated on certain things. You need to keep your eyes on the bigger picture. You need to keep your eyes on, if not just dealing range, why else will we expect something up here to be tagged? You didn't reach liquidity? Stop fucking closing trades. Stop it. A funny quote that I've been using, right? Because I'm an asshole. You start realizing shit bullish. You have a logical, algorithmic reason why, or mathematically you understand what's happening, or you're looking at the clock in general. Come on. Come on, man. And the only reason why I'm glazing Asia and not any of these other New Yorks is because here, these are really fun. You see why I waited for my very favorite phrase to glaze this thing. Why the hell do I say funny things? The sell side, right? A body in motion stays in motion. Oh, I just ate. You thought I was slick, right? When I say body, I'm talking about the body of a fucking candle. Catch on, bro. Let me light the weed real quick. Hold on. Let me talk to you real quick. Yeah. I see it. I see it. Gotta stay hydrated. You know what I'm saying? Whole lecture, no bev is crazy. Woo, first time hitting the bev. Oh my God. Hit that one. This is my point, okay? When I say that really weird phrase about a body in motion, staying in motion, okay? This is a what? Thursday, right? I'm just I'm just letting you kind of put the pieces together in your head for a second. Thursday is what? A natural day of distribution. A body in motion stays in motion. You figured it out. Are you going to be looking to change your bias in a distribution? Why or why not? What is distribution? I'll let you in on a secret. It's a big ass mitigation block. That's all distribution is. And you know what's funny about it? They always link it into a liquidity void. This is the thing. You're going to think, oh, again, you've only mentioned it one or two times, Jay, but I think I remember what you mean about the difference. Mitigation block looks like what? Step ladder. Stairmaster 3000. What does liquidity void look like? Sharp ass move. Yes, they're all one sided. Do you see a difference in what we're talking about? Mitigation block, liquidity void. Mitigation block. It is going one way. It's a little rocky if you're not prepared or you don't expect retracements, but it does that. But notice what they're not doing. Textbook definition of selling. They're breaking lows, respectful of highs. Asia all the way down. But look at the vibe here. There's a difference when we talk about expected price action. Body in motion stays in motion. Also, little gem for you. All right. You got to get to a point, bro, where if you don't believe in algorithm, I know you do, but if you don't, show somebody this right here. If your friend doesn't believe in an algorithm, tell him he's batshit crazy and not believing that this shit is perfectly perfect. Because what the fuck, bro? And what are we doing? I wanted to use this word again. You thought I forgot. No. Wireframe. So how far are we really fucking going? So far, our stop run has been underneath this dealing range. Stop run, stop run. You feel my point? It's basically like a vacation to the dealing range underneath you, and it goes right back. Vacation to the one here, goes right back. But the point is, I want to check out some bigger stuff. I mentioned this one, we didn't look at it yet. So I'll save this bulletin point. Bro, you know what's crazy about this? We're on an hour chart. Let's go to a 4. All right, let's clean it up a little bit too. I don't need all that. I just want to keep my eyes here. You know what's interesting about this? You look at some of these bigger ranges, man, and you're going to start realizing, do they not just tell you what the fuck is going on? Do they not tell you where the hell you need to focus? We talk about the daily chart. Smart money operates from a daily or a weekly. Am I right? And especially because if you're somebody, you could be a day trader, but I want you to also have more of a vision to where you can actually come on and use the daily chart for what you need it for. Most people don't use the daily chart right. They tell me useless information about it. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I hear you, but what information are you finding important? Is it liquidity for you? Are you looking at just, highs and lows of previous candles? Are you just looking at bodies? Are you trying to see, a structure with it? Are you looking for a certain array? There's so much that you can say that might be important to you and unimportant to the next person, which is totally fine. Trading is abstract, right? So it doesn't have to be a straightforward thing for everyone with the same confluence. So if you feel that this right here, this is for me, right? Yo, we made it to an EXT level. Cool. High here, gap. I like gaps, but outside of just gap, the data that I pull from that is the fact that we could not get to another high in the fucking first place. I think like this. Know what I'm saying? What did I just say? The textbook definition of selling shit. Uh, yeah. It's a little strange, ain't it? Now, on top of that, yes, we had a big fucking spike and this, that, and the third and whatnot. But what's also available? Liquidity. So even on your 4 hour, right? And again, a lot of people have that macro view, but don't know what it is used for. And you could break the chart down, I mean, very simply, just like this. The marketplace only cares about four things, right? Making liquidity, taking liquidity, forming imbalance, filling imbalance. You could say a fifth thing, technically, but those are your main four components. What the fuck are we doing outside of those four things? Mm. I want you guys to come back to me. Right? This 4 hour candle is 6 a.m. Right? I want you to come back to me and you can let me know in the comments or whatever the case is. If we break this low or if we break this high, I want you to catch the vibe. All right. You want to get to a point also where you're realizing what the fuck the chart is doing. And we talked about, again, play around with the range. Okay. Play around with the range. Don't just sit there on an 81 and expect that bitch to help you very often. Right? You got to get to a point where you can do what you need to do, but you can also alter your perception to actually help you and not hurt you. Okay. So you'll get to a point, man. All the stuff that we talk about, it's too much to talk about, but you don't need everything. Take what you like, make it your own. Take what you like, remix it. The marketplace is fractal for a reason. So they're giving you a perspective of different time frames, whether they are low or high. Yeah, you could barely see my eyes. Like, holy shit. But anyway, if you're looking at a certain confluence, what works for you, right? However, you like to trade a certain model or a certain style of trading a dealing range, or you need to make it work for you. Don't just sit there and glaze the range itself without context. Stop forgetting about fucking liquidity. Also, stop bitching every time you get a retracement. You're getting to a point where trading's not very difficult. It's just that you're in the way of yourself. It doesn't feel like that right now. You still feel like both sides of the marketplace are possible at 50% all the time each. And that's not really a thing. It's more like 80-20 or 70-30. Whatever dominant direction is dominant. If you're trending, it likely not going to stop until you get to a actual objective. Does that make any sense to anybody? What do we mean about the word objective? Session high, session low, day high, day low, week high, week low. Keep it simple, bro. I will see you guys in this video. I'm gonna go and play Ghost of Tsushima. Man, it's to the point where like, I don't know. Is it really like a trading is hard thing? Or are you in your own way? We'll see. Bye, motherfucker.